There we go. Hope we have sound. Do we have sound? Let's see if that's in there. So we're going to go live here. Haven't done this in a long time, have we? Uh, so forgive me when we're running live. I can't uh, adjust the sound. So the speed with which the sound goes through the computer and the video are become two different things because of sound. So they're not matched up. So okay, I'm standing here dabbling. Good to see y'all. Been a long time. You don't mind about the sound being different. You can put in subtitles, right? So what I'm working on right now is I'm building a big frame, okay? And this frame has to have a beautiful chiseled line all along one side of it, okay, of the bars. And so I've been actually a whole week to get to this point. These two are the shorter ones, and you can see I've put the long chisel line. And it has to be nice and straight and nice and deep, just everything just right. Okay, so I have a lot of time just in those two guys alone here. Then they are the shorter. Those are the two side bars on this frame. And here's the big long one here. It's over 60 inches long that I've been working on, and I've got a line all the way down it, and I'm working towards the end now. So I thought I'd let you in on. I thought it was kind of safe that I could finally let someone peer over my shoulder while I'm working, possibly, and see just what I do. This is nothing special. It's very boring, very tedious, but I have to be very accurate. The chisel work has to be straight line, right depth, no flaws, no valleys in the hole in it. Just everything just right on. So that's what I'm doing. And I thought, well, I'd like to bring you all back in the shop again on a regular basis. So here we are. Let's try it. I'm working all by myself in the shop, like most of you. We all work by ourselves. So I built this stand because I need a helper. I need someone to hold this for me while I'm doing this. But I still want to work on the anvil. You got to have all that weight of the anvil. You've got to have it underneath you, backing it up. So it just doesn't do anything. And I don't like, yeah. So it has to be held. I'm not going to talk as much because I have to pay attention to what I'm doing, and I have to get it right. There is no room for errors here. There's no room for errors whatsoever of any kind. It has to be 100% right. See, it's still handcrafted, but it's got to be head nuts. Now, this chisel I'm using right now, you probably can't see it. This chisel I'm using right now, there's a little fence on it, and that holds it the exact distance I want from the edge as I work my way out. But I'm just marking a little line in there because you have to understand that thing moves out while you're chiseling it. So if you really put it to it, you're going to end up with a line that goes. It starts to walk out. So we can't have that, right? So I've just scored a line in there. Now I'm going to go back to the forge. Got to heat it up again. Altogether, I'm using 3 different chisels for this. The first chisel is to make the line in it. The second chisel will make that line deeper. I'll go deep with this guy, okay? And then the third one is a really wide chisel, and that's to join it all up. So if there's no this in it at all, not even where the chisel, when this chisel goes in, it's going to leave a dip like this inside the groove. It's going to go boom, 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 like that, right? The big wide one, when I come back in the end, that one will eliminate all those and make it a nice straight line. So 3 chisels, at least 3 heats there. Another heat straightening it out, probably. There was a heat texturing the bar to begin with. Yeah, and really, you just saw me chisel. I've got about 3 inches of work done, and it's got to go back in the fire now and get heated up. So 3 inches at a time, at 60 inches long, takes a while. It takes a while. It's not physical. Well, it wears you down, but it's not hard work. I don't think. You have to be precise. You have to be spot on, and you can't. There can't be one spot where you make a mistake on this. You can't have a double strike anywhere. Most if your blacksmiths are watching, you chisel, and it's easy to get a double strike somewhere. Whoop, a little bit off. That's not an option here. Has to be 100% right all the way. 60 inches this way, 240 inches. Yeah. So it's not. It's not a cakewalk. It's not impossible to do. It's very doable, and for me, it's no big deal because I know I know what's expected. I know what to do. But it's not a given, and it takes time. 3 inches at a time. 3 inches at a time. 3 inches, 4 heats. 3 inches, 4 heats each. It just takes time. That's the way it is. So you'll be boring while that heats up. Yeah, it's going to take time. See, and I got to watch it the whole time it's in the fire. I want the same heat. The fire itself is probably only 4 inches, of central heat. So I'm going to be moving this bar back and forth because I want it the same for at least those 3 inches. But beyond that, I want probably about 5 to 6 inches of the same heat on either side of it. So it's consistent what I do right on down the line. And that's done by moving this back and forth in the fire. Back and forth in the fire. And watching this. I got to watch it all the time. We sure don't want to burn it up, right? We don't want to burn it up. And just by saying these things, I have to be careful. You know yourself. You don't even dare want to say it because it'll happen. You're hung by the tongue. But no, we're gonna get this. And I'm letting this play out live like this, so because half the work is boring. Is wait. Daryl Meyer says he's a great blacksmith, a great Damascus maker. One of the first things he told me is half my life is spent waiting on steel getting hot. And there we are. How long did I work on that? Just a minute at the most, right? And now 3 minutes waiting for it to get hot. Moving back and forth, back and forth. There we are. I want the same consistency beyond the spots that I'm working. Nice, it's getting nice. Okay. And the other thing too is you really can't watch the fire because if you watch that piece in the fire, you bring it out, you're not going to be able to see a thing. And I've got to pay attention to what I'm doing now. I have to see what I'm doing. And so, I can't have scaling with it. So now I'm going to make that chisel mark deeper, the one that put in earlier. So I just walking it down. The chisel's made just for that. You notice it's rounded on the front end. Its blade is rounded so I can walk it right down the line, making it deeper. Now, I don't know how many minutes or how many seconds that was. That's not even. I'll bet we're not even at a minute yet. And we're done. We're done. There. We're done with our heat. We don't have the heat anymore, and we've chiseled that whole area that I'm working. And in between each one, you see it started to bow. Bring it back. So we're going to want to bow on me. I've got to level it all out. Straighten that. And you got to do that constantly. You can't go back at the end and just straighten it. I'll be going back at the end and straighten it too, but continually while I'm working it, I gotta keep it straight. Keep it in line. Keep it in line. Keep those nice velvet edges. Okay, now so my next one is gonna be that real wide chisel, and I'm gonna chisel through there to make that not only a perfectly straight line, pretty good now, but I'm gonna make it perfectly straight with no variations in it. And that's the thing; it's perfectly straight, but it was hand done. And that's the game. So now there's another, what, 2-3 minutes heating it up. 2-3 minutes heating it up. Do we want to sit here and I hope you can hear me okay. I hope so. I'm talking like a fiend. Sorry. I get to be a little bit too chatty, don't I? I didn't dress very well for the occasion either, did I? Filthy. That's the stuff. Next time in the future, I want to start doing, what do you think about, what if one time a week I went live? We'll pick a day or pick a time. We'll do a small thing. Maybe we'll just go live for, I'd like to be like 12, 16 minutes. What do you think? That would be a good time. We could go as hot Mars. We can go as long as you like, but we could go 20 minutes, at the most. But I'll have to pick small jobs, unless you just want to see the mundane work of all the time in here. It's not all, as you can see, it's not all, there's nothing exciting about it. You get a long time of steel waiting, and then you have 10 seconds of excitement. 10 seconds where the flames are going and all the excitement. Everything happens. And then get back to that old hurry up and wait. Huh? Hurry up and wait. It's already there, though. We're there. I don't know how long that was. It's hot. Bring it out. I got to put it in my helper here. This is my helper that's going to hold it for me. Keep it from moving on me. You know how bad that is. It's a pain. If the thing moves, you're just like, oh, no. I can't have it. See how wide that chisel is? It's joining that whole line. It's joining it perfect. Nice, nice. That bugger is just nice and tight. I'm going to do something. I want you to see. I do this constantly. I've gotten into the habit. I'm going to straighten it out. This is a good habit. Few people get into the habit of this as much as I do. I'm coming over here. Probably can't. I'm probably out of the picture now. But I got a wire brush and I'm dipping it in water, barrel, and I'm wire brushing this wet. I do that constantly on these projects. So when I'm done, very nice and clean, really clean. That's important. This piece is actually going to get pickled also afterward, and the whole treatment is going to be done to it. But I'm wanting to make the scale pop off of it the best I can, and really have a nice clean piece. So there we are. We just did our 3. We did about that much of it, right? So a little more than 3 inches, maybe 4 inches of it. So now I'm going to repeat the whole process again. Get it red hot. Run it with the chisel that has the fence on it. We'll take this chisel that has the fence, and we'll run it down the line, another 3 inches. Get it hot again. Take this chisel that's rounded so I can walk. See, I can walk it down. But the chisel line will already be there from the first chisel with the fence. Right? And I'll walk it down and make it deep. Take a look at this. Even the chisel that has the fence on it, it's curved. It's curved on the end. It is curved on the end. And then, okay, everybody get ready to throw rocks at me. And say, what the heck? And then I'm going to come in here with this masonry chisel. But you see, it's really long. And I'm going to go into there like that. I've already, the other chisel did the deep stuff. But at the bottom of that valley where that chisel was is going to be like this because that chisel's curved, right? So then I'm just going to come back, and you saw, I only spent a few, 4, 5, 10 seconds or so. And I run down there and I join all those little loops. They're gone now. All those little loops are gone. And I have and if there's even the slightest little bit of this going on in there with the chisel, this is going to straighten that all out. So I just gave away the big secrets there that I use to make a good straight line. Okay. Now, most people aren't going to take time to do all of that nonsense. Few people will do that. They'll just, hey, I can eyeball that, I can get that right, and yeah, okay. And yes, you can. But I'm not that good. But at the end of the day, I want my piece to be that good. So these are the crutches I use to get it precise. So did I waste all your time now? Was this any fun at all? I'm having fun. It's what I do, right? It's I'm off. The forge is kind of nice looking over there, but you can't see it from there. I was standing in front of it all the time. So back into the fire. This is going to go right now, and in the next 20 minutes or less, there'll be another 3 inches done. So that's it for today. Oh, my. Again, I'm in the shop by myself. So the engineering of this to make this happen, all this stuff happen is all done. I've got hotkeys made, and I can sit here on the computer and I can change the scene, and I can change the turn it on or off, the voice on and off, do whatever. So excellent. I don't remember now what the end slate is. Let's see what happens.